Namaste. Today we are going to focus on meditative poses. Meditative poses are described in many traditional Hatha Yoga texts. The use of meditative pose is to practice pranayama and meditation for higher yoga practices. The main purpose of practicing different standing, sitting, lying yoga asanas is to adopt meditative pose for longer time, to make and to prepare your body to sit for longer time in one meditative pose is the main aim of practicing different types of asanas. That means preparing your joints, make your joints flexible and stable, making the muscles flexible, stable, reduce the pain in your joints and in your body parts if we sit for a longer time. So when we practice different types of asanas, that means hip opening practices or some asanas related with the legs, some asanas related with the spine. So all these asanas are useful to prepare the body to sit in the meditative pose for longer time. So we will not have any obstacle during our meditative or pranayama practice because of the body posture. That's why, as per Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, asana is before pranayama. Yama Niyam Asana Pranayama. So first prepare your body in a different way with practicing different asanas. Then you can sit in pranayama practice for longer time. So this was the main purpose of practicing different types of yoga asanas. Now let's come on the meditative asanas. As you know, asana means the pose where we can sit with peace and without any discomfort. As Maharishi Patanjali said, asana must be sthiram sukham asana. That means the pose where you feel the stability and where you feel sukham means the happiness without any struggle to sit in that pose or to perform that pose for longer time. That called sthiram sukham asana. So meditative pose should be sthiram sukham asana. That means in that pose you should sit longer time without any discomfort in the body. This is we are talking on the physical level because asanas helps to stabilize our body physically and mentally also. Now we'll see what are the meditative poses. There are many meditative poses as per traditional Hatha Yoga and there are few modified traditional meditative poses. But mainly we are focusing on 4 meditative poses. One is Siddhasana. Why Siddhasana? Because Siddhasana is asana, which means accomplishment, complete asana. If we can sit in Siddhasana for longer time, if we can get mastery on Siddhasana, it is the understanding that we get completeness on that asana and we can fulfill accomplishment. The term Siddha, Siddhi is accomplishment. Practicing Siddhasana is accomplishment in this practice. So when we practice pranayama or meditation, it is a completeness in that practice. We can find Siddhasana in Hatha Pradipika, traditional yoga textbook written by Swami Swatmarama. Different commentator of this book has explained different techniques of Siddhasana. Mainly there are 2 techniques of practicing Siddhasana. One is complete Siddhasana and another is modified version, Ardha Siddhasana, for those who cannot sit in complete Siddhasana for a longer time. So first let's see what are these 2 techniques of Siddhasana which are commonly practicing. The first technique is very simple Let's see how to do this practice. As per first technique, left heel should be at the perineum muscle, that means the pressing perineum muscle with the left heel, and then place the right heel on the pubic bone or the root of penis here like this, and after adjustment, proper adjustment, then need to adjust the thigh muscles and hip muscles to sit properly, to form a base with the legs and hips. Then adjustment of heels like this, one at the perineum and another at the the heels. Now from between right calf and right thigh we have to take the foot, the inner edge of the foot, that is the big toe, we have to take little bit up like this here. So here we are adjusting with our hands to form the base. So now both knees are resting on the floor and properly thighs are also relaxed. So this is the formation of Siddhasana as per one method. And after this you can adopt any mudra, whatever suits for you. And keeping the spine straight, sitting straight, relaxing the shoulder, chest little up. This is Siddhasana practice as per first method to practice pranayama or meditation. Let's see the second technique. As per second technique, the left heel should be above the pubic bone, that means above the root of penis, and then right heel above the left heel. How to do that? The left heel is at the pubic bone or above the pubic bone. Here, formation properly, and then right heel on the left heel. Here. So again here we have to adjust our right outer edge of the foot. The little toe should be between the calf here. So little adjustment is here, and then resting the knees on the floor and thighs. So this is the second technique of Siddhasana. There are few common benefits and common points how to practice meditative poses. The common points are keeping the spine straight. Our spine should be erect in all meditative poses. Then the benefits, the common benefits are good for the spine, lengthen the spine and make our spine straight and strong. The back muscles get strengthened because we are sitting straight for a longer time. Then from hip joints to the toes, all joints get flexible. All legs muscles are get used in these practices, meditative poses. So it's helpful to stretch the muscles, to stretch the nerves in our legs and make the joints flexible. So these are the common benefits of the meditative poses. Now the benefits of Siddhasana: increase the immunity. Siddhasana also gives balancing effect on the nadis, or you can say nerves. Also helps in reducing stress, anxiety. So practicing Siddhasana for pranayama or meditation gives very good effect on physical and mental level. Now there are few contraindications. Contraindications are also similar, mostly similar in many meditative poses. That means if the person having knee pain or any joint problem, they should avoid sitting like this in meditative poses for longer time. If the person having spine related issues, spine related any problem, pain or discomfort or any injury, then they should avoid to sit straight for longer time, or they can sit with the support of wall or anything. Another thing, if in the beginning we cannot sit in this meditative pose, then we can have help of the block or help of a, if you don't have block with you, you can use the cushion or pillow. How to use this? Let's see. Keep the block under the hip, the half only. Half of the block you can keep under the hip, or you can sit completely, depend how you feel comfortable. So like this, sitting on the block. Once you sit on the block, then it's become easy to adopt your legs position as per the meditative pose, because when the hip level is higher than the legs level, that time we feel better to sit, because our spine can get straight easily, legs can be on the floor easily. So practicing Siddhasana after sitting on the block or cushion or pillow become more easy. Left heel at the perineum and then right at the pubic bone, and then adjust between the calf and thigh muscle here. Like this. Much easier if we sit on the block or pillow. You can try this method with many meditative poses. If person having spine problem or in the beginning cannot sit straight, then can use the block. For now I remove the block. Now let's come to the another meditative pose. Next pose is Padmasana. Padma means lotus. So Padmasana is, in English we can say, lotus pose. When we sit in Padmasana, the legs position is similar like the flower of lotus. The understanding about lotus pose is, it is outstanding pose of yoga. If we practice lotus pose for longer time and on the daily basis, then it gives effect on activation and balancing the chakras. When we practice this pose or when we sit in Padmasana, the number of thoughts get reduced and we become more aware and we become more attentive toward our practice. Practicing Padmasana helps to open up the hip joints, help to make the joints flexible, especially knees and ankle joints in this practice. Also, this practice gives relief to menstrual discomfort and sciatica. Padmasana makes joints and ligaments flexible. Contraindications: if person having any problem related with the knees or joint pain or arthritis, they should avoid practicing Padmasana. Or having problem with the spine, they should avoid this practice. Now let's see how to do Padmasana practice. For Padmasana, you need to sit straight first. In the beginning, we can try with Ardha Padmasana, that means half lotus pose. How to do that? First, legs straight, and we can do this with the left leg up, right leg up, or left down, right down. We have choice to change the legs. So first I am doing with my left heel up. So placing the left heel on the right thigh. But the left heel is very close to the lower belly and I am trying to touch to my lower belly here on the right side. Adjusting the left leg, then bending the right knee, and first Ardha Padmasana is just right foot below the left thigh. This is Ardha Padmasana from the left side. Same we can proceed with right side. That means right leg up and left leg down. If you are comfortable with Ardha Padmasana, or if you think your joints are enough flexible to practice complete Padmasana, then maintaining the left foot as it is. Use your both hands and lift your right foot and bring on the left thigh. Place it on the left thigh. The heels should be equal. The heels should be in the same line, equal line. So bring again on the lower belly, close to the lower belly, pressing the knees down. The important point of Padmasana for the beginner. In the beginning, one knee always stay little away from the floor. But as we practice on the daily basis, every day if we try to practice, slowly our thighs and joints get flexible. Our both knees can be on the floor and we feel more comfortable. So Padmasana build a very good base for stretching the spine up, for lengthening the spine up. This is the very important practice to maintain the natural curvature of our spine. In Padmasana, it's not easy to bend the spine and sit like this. Sitting in this way gives discomfort. So person feel comfortable by lengthening or straight or keeping the spine straight in this way. And you can use any mudra. Now let's try with another side. Slowly release one leg, upper leg, then release the lower. I am trying with my right, so right leg up, heel placing on the thigh, maximum close to the lower belly, and then again this is Ardha Padmasana, and for complete Padmasana, another leg up. Yes, now this is Padmasana get form. Practicing Padmasana gives very good effect for prolonged practice of pranayama or meditation. Now our next meditative pose is Vajrasana. Vajra means thunderbolt or diamond. The shape is like the diamond in Vajrasana. Vajrasana stimulate Vajranadi. Vajranadi is the root, is the way where energy travels. The prana travels. Practicing Vajrasana is also very good for sciatica problem, to improve liver function, to improve the digestion and balance the metabolism. This is the only one pose or this is only one asana we can do right after the meal. After having any meal, we can sit in Vajrasana, so it helps to improve the digestion process. It also very helpful to reduce menstrual discomfort for women. In Japan, sitting in Vajrasana or sitting in the similar pose is the traditional formal way of sitting. Contraindications are almost similar. We have to focus on the knees. If anybody facing knee problem or knee pain or ankle pain, they should avoid this practice. Now let's see how to practice Vajrasana. In Vajrasana, our more pressure is on the heels. Our more pressure goes on the heels and more pressure on the knees also. So make sure you don't have knee pain before practicing, before starting Vajrasana practice. Keeping the big toes together, open the heels, keep the knees together and place the hips between the heels in this way. Palms on the thighs, back straight, relax the neck and relax the shoulder muscles. So this is the formation of Vajrasana. Sitting like this is the beginning practice of Vajrasana, but ideally Heels should be together, touching together and sitting like this. This is the ideal way of practicing Vajrasana. But in the beginning it is difficult to sit because this gives pressure on the ankle joints and it's little bit painful for beginners. So in the beginning we can start with the gap between the heels, and slowly on the daily basis we can reduce the gap. After a few days again little more closer, after a few days more closer, and at the end we become able to sit like this. So sitting in Vajrasana is very useful for pranayama or meditation practices. Now our last pose is Sukhasana. Sukha means easiness, comfortness. So Sukhasana means the easy pose. But Sukhasana is not exactly traditional yogic meditative pose. Sukhasana is modified pose to sit comfortable for longer pranayama or meditation practice. If we cannot sit longer time in the previous three poses, that means Siddhasana, Padmasana or Vajrasana, it is a last option to sit for pranayama. Sukhasana is simple cross-leg sitting position. If we are in standing or we are with relaxing legs, just crossing the one leg and then adjusting another leg. Just this is simple Sukhasana. We can change the leg in this way. This is called Sukhasana. The benefits of this Sukhasana is very relaxative pose, comfortable pose for the joints, for the knees, for the legs muscle. Sitting in Sukhasana helps to open up the chest, keep the spine straight, useful for leg muscles and leg joints. Contraindications are also similar. If having knee pain or joints problem, they should avoid sitting in the Sukhasana, or they can sit using the block or cushion with releasing the legs, with relaxing the legs little. So these are the meditative poses commonly be used during pranayama and meditation practices. Thank you for watching.